poppy seed bread. Stay tuned for the recipe. So in one bowl, you need to add all the dry ingredients, and in another bowl, you add all the wet ingredients. So first, we're starting off with the flour, which is 3 cups of flour, all purpose. Then it calls for 2.5 cups of granulated white sugar. So I'll probably have to go in my pantry and get more sugar, but to the bowl of flour, you're going to add 2.5 cups of granulated white sugar. Next on my list is half a teaspoon of salt. Next, I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So now in a separate bowl, I'm going to make my flax egg, and the recipe calls for 3 eggs. So I'm going to substitute that for 3 flax eggs. So this is my 3 flax egg, which is 3 tablespoons of ground flaxseed and 9 tablespoons of water. Next, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of milk. I'm using soy milk today, but you can use any milk that you have on hand. Pour it right in with your wet ingredient. Next is 1 1/8 cups of oil. I'm using vegetable. Pour that all into your wet ingredient. Next, you want to add 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla. The recipe also calls for 1 1/2 teaspoons of almond extract. I don't have any, so I'm going to omit that from my recipe. So we're going to mix together the wet and add it to the dry, and then we're going to add our poppy seeds. So you want to mix the batter until it is smooth and all the flour is incorporated. Okay, so this is the batter after it's been all mixed and the poppy seeds have been added. And now we're going to spray our pans with pan cooking spray, and we're going to pour the batters equally into the pans. Before we pour the batter into the pans, we should preheat the oven. So you want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Okay, so once you have them evenly added to your pans, my pans might be just a little bit too big, but that's alright. You want to put them in the preheated oven at 350 and bake them for 55 to 60 minutes, or until a cake tester or a toothpick or a knife comes out clean from the center. And then we will make our glaze. So this is the glaze. I added 3/4 a cup of powdered sugar. I added half a teaspoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of soy milk, and about 1/4 a cup of fresh squeezed orange. And we're going to put this over our breads once they have come out of the oven and cooled for 10 minutes.